total number of cases inch closer to the 13 lakh mark, India has achieved a record number of more than 4,20,000 COVID-19 tests in one single day. The record number has come on the heels of 3,50,000 tests having been done every day continuously over the period of last 1 week. The Union government has also advised all states to keep up the strategy of aggressive testing, tracking and treatment, which may lead to higher number of daily positive cases, but would eventually achieve a decline, as has been demonstrated after the government's efforts, at least in the national capital. Anuj, my colleague, joining us with more details. Anuj, more than 4,20,000 tests that have been conducted in one single day. So certainly we are looking at better testing, and that certainly, though, is going to lead to an increase in the number of cases. It is definitely an achievement in the longer run.
Well, exactly, that is an achievement, but on the same other hand, we also have to keep in mind what has been stated there, that these respective states need to ramp up, and that is being made clear by the central ministry, where there is a good sign that around 4 lakh tests has been done in a day. On the other hand, we also have to keep in mind that the single day spike of 45,720 cases was also seen. So, if you talk about the state, that include Assam, Bihar, Telangana, Odisha, and West Bengal, some of these states being looked at by the health secretary. There was a meeting with the home secretary, that's Rajiv Gauba, and the health secretaries of these respective states. Seeing the present situation, seeing a spike in number, this has been suggested to the respective states to ramp up the testing, because this is something which is important to see, and that is being looked up by the central. So central is monitoring the situation when we talk about the COVID condition in the respective states. And there it has been stated that these are the states and their containment zone need to be looked up, and that is being something which is being suggested by the central at this point. The total number of coronavirus cases stands 12,38,635. So this is kind of a worrisome situation. But on the other hand, if you talk about the recovery rate, if you talk about the testing rate, that is a good sign. So keeping that in mind, now this has been suggested to the health secretaries of the respective states, these 9 states specifically, to ramp up the testing. And that's something what we are understanding, although the central is helping, the state governments is helping at every angle. So that is something which is being informed to us. The central now has directed these respective states to ramp up the testing. Yes.
And well, the centre in urging several states to ramp up testing, rightfully so, pointing out the example of the national capital, Anuj, because though the total number of cases are a little over 1,27,000, only 14,000 plus active cases that are being reported from the national capital, all thanks to the increase in testing, tracing and also treatment.
Exactly. That is something. The example is being given of the national capital, as you pointed out very rightly, that this is almost above 1 lakh. But on the very same time, this is testing by which we understand the exact situation. And that's why the example of the national capital is being given by the central. This is an example, and national capital is setting an example and being appreciated by the central. And this has been advised to the respective states, like the states which has been given advisories by the central to take a national capital as an example and ramp up the testing, because that's the solution, to go for more and more testing so that the disease can be looked up, the virus can be looked up, and the curement can be given.
Absolutely. And as for the latest situation, the latest COVID data is concerned, Anuj, if you could just throw some light on that, because fast approaching the 13 lakh mark with over 30,000 casualties that have already been reported from across the country.
So exactly, at this point in time when we are talking, then the total number of positive cases stands at 12,38,000, which is, very much near to 13 lakh, including 4,26,167 active cases. Whereas in these total number, now what we have been told that 7,82,600 has been cured and discharged and migrated. So the cumulative total has reached to 29,861 deaths, what we have been told from this. So this is exactly the situation. At this point in time, Maharashtra has reported 3,47,502 cases, highest in the country, followed by the Tamil Nadu with 1,92,964 cases. So Delhi, particularly if we talk about where the example and which state has been appreciated, like the national capital has been appreciated. If we talk about the national capital condition, then the count has reached to 1,26,323. So this is exactly
well, the situation in the national capital is certainly getting better by the day, Anuj. But as India's COVID tally is now reaching the 13 lakh mark, more than 30,000 who succumbed to the virus, more and more testing also taking place, and the centre now urging several state governments to go ahead with more testing and tracing, followed by treatment to bring this COVID situation in the country under control.